What's going on? So
What's up?
today on Stool Talk, we have with us, some may know him as Tae'Shaun Johnson, but I call him the Jet. Always have, always will. Just for his play on the field, his speed, he's all over the place, fast, a playmaker. But one thing I really love about this young man, you guys, is his faith, man. He man of God. He takes his sports serious. He gives back to the youth. Man, Bowling Green Falcons, one and only Mr. Johnson. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing great.
Yeah. So how has things been? How has the recovery been?
The recovery has been good.
It's been
I thought it was gonna be straight uphill, but you got the roller coaster ride. So
yeah.
just staying positive in that.
So how has your faith played a role in your recovery process?
So at first it was heartbreaking because I never been really hurt to the point where I wasn't gonna be able to be playing for almost a year, like the whole another year, because it was almost towards the end of that season. So I'm not gonna say my faith. I like doubted my faith or anything because I'm old enough and mature enough to know that God is putting this block in the road for a reason.
Yeah.
When it came down to like him challenging my faith, honestly, I feel like this was a step in, like, I was putting football before him at times.
Oh.
So he gave this to me right now to be like, yeah, you got to look at this and you got to see what you really need to prioritize.
Yeah, and that takes maturity with you even saying that. Scripture come to mind, I would not have no other God before us. You can talk about making a God. We can make a God out of work, money, sports, putting it in there, just prioritizing that time. And that's good that you have the tuition to know that, hey, I got to get everything together. And you not just saying, man, it's the end all be all. I'm injured, a damper. You looking at it a different way. So you're going to get a positive outlook. But what came to mind also, you know how it says, lean not into my own understanding, because a lot of these things we don't understand why, but we got to stay connected and grounded to God, and He'll, be able to get you through it. Let's take it back a little bit. When did you first start playing football?
I started in the second grade, so I probably was around 6, 7. Started playing in the mid city for the Spartans.
Okay. Then went on to Central Catholic, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all did big things over there, man. They building a powerhouse over there.
Yeah.
So, what made you choose Bowling Green where you at now?
So, what made me choose Bowling Green was basically, so plan A was to go to Cincinnati. I feel like everybody knew that once I got the Cincy offer. That definitely was like the top of my recruiting board. Okay. But like they was very welcoming, open hand. Me and Jay Rev, my boy, he played for Toledo. He went down there with me. We was crazy visit. We was like, yeah, this is where we're gonna go. But like we had a specific date on when we wanted to commit, and that was too late for them. So we committed. I tried to commit on April 15th. He tried to commit on the 16th, and they was like, COVID had just hit too. The literal weekend after we visited, COVID hit. So like it messed us up, and they only was taking one receiver, one linebacker, so we both was messed up. So then we planned on, like, we was like, all right, now we got to stick together because, like, we don't know, like, what's next. Yeah. That was number one, and everybody else was just, like, we were just, like, feeding them whatever. But then we was like, we got to base it off relationships. So my head coach and the coach who recruited me, he no longer here. His name Coach Hedden. Our head coach, Scott Leffler, they was at Central every day. They didn't care about no COVID, nothing. They was calling me, Zoom. They was talking to me every day. So I just based it off my relationship with them. Honestly.
Was Coach Hedden at Trine?
Yes, Coach Hedden from Trine.
Shout out to Coach Hedden and his wife. Shout out to Miss Hedden too as well. Shout out to Jalen Riven too. I know him, young man of God as well. But yeah, Coach Hedden, nice man. I used to go check out Lamar Carswell. Shout out to Mari Carswell. Yeah. That's how I got familiar with him. Okay, good dude.
Truth. That man is the truth.
Yeah. So with some of the pressures and the adversities that you're facing, even with some that you will face in the game, how would you take this process and be able to use it to make you a better player in the game?
So for real, when I think about football and my life situation growing up, I just think like every time something hard or something get in the way, I just think about how like everything I went through, like I went through so much to get to where I'm at. And like I really don't like a lot of people don't know. Everybody probably think it's they see my mom, she always there. So everybody just think it was, smooth pavement, but it was so many rocks and bumps in the road. I feel like God put those in the way so I can know how to maneuver around it. So when I'm on the field, I'm like, all right, he might be bigger than me, he might be as fast as me, he might be stronger than me, but like I done been through way more than him. Like
yeah,
he don't have the same belief that I have. Like I'm about to
yeah,
believe that I'm about to get 200 yards this game. I'm about to believe I'm going to get 100 yards this game. So I already like imagine picture. I go to sleep picturing myself catching footballs. Like
yeah,
I love so much that like I have crazy dreams about me doing crazy stuff, and then like I have similar things happening to me, and I wake up and I pray on what I just dreamed about. So like
yeah.
it's crazy how like God works. Like it's just real crazy how everything just plays out, how it works for me, and I got to give it all to the Lord.
Yeah. So what was your first sign of seeing faith, or you had an experience that you knew God is real? Like, hold on, man, this is real. This ain't nothing but God. Or you seen faith in the situation. What's your first situation or encounter that you seen?
So this go all the way back to my first ever mid-city practice with the Spartans. My granny, she's big, she's spiritual. She would say she's spiritual. If you ask her religion, she would say she's just very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
But like we prayed over our food, whatnot. We did. She prayed for us because she lived in Maryland. So when she went home, we had formed a big circle. But like I didn't have that understanding of it. When
Yeah.
I went to the Mid City Spartans, I first heard the Our Father prayer. Never heard it before. Prayed that. So we prayed that almost every other practice or whatnot, and we always prayed before the game. So once I got to Central and like everything I went through, faith was always there, but it wasn't really like at the center of my life till I got to Central. So my freshman year, we had Wednesday mass. You had to wear dumb button-up shirts. I hated that. You know, I hated that. But so I just knocked it off freshman year, like mass or whatever. Sophomore year, we got this new father priest. He comes in and like he's making it the Bible. He's making that understandable. He's making everything understanding. So I really owe it to Father Kid because he opened my eyes and like he just showed me like it's more to like not just being able to understand the Bible and being able to understand God. He put it in perspective and like a way we will understand, us as kids will understand. So it made me want to dive deeper into it. And just, like I said, going through what I went through, I'm like, there's no way I'm me, a kid from Toledo, go through all of this and persevere, get through everything. And I'm like, I'm not doing it on my own. It takes a village. It takes
Yeah.
my mom, she go through stuff. Everybody go through their own thing. And if I had put my head down one time and I gave it to God, I knew everything could have been different.
Yeah.
So this that faith really opened up to me kind of my towards my junior year when everything was like really eye opening, and then my senior year like really took over because I had a retreat with my class that everybody goes. You have to go in to graduate from Central, and I was a leader and I was scared, nervous. I'm like, I don't know how to pray for everybody else. I know myself. I don't know how to
Yeah.
do this, that. But it really was eye opening because like at Central you got a true family and it all centered around God. So
Yeah.
I literally had to tell them my whole life story. Tell them
Mm.
about my dad, tell them about the troubles growing up, me getting kicked out of schools, and me changing my whole life around. So
Yeah.
me opening up and centering and center that smile using Bible verses to see and open up like, dang, this is the same thing that happened in my life.
Yeah.
It was like the way that it could happen. Like you feel prayer, you feel it. Like you just feel the faith. Like you feel it. Once you truly believe and open up to God, you feel it. So like
Yeah.
that crazy too, that just took over like Central. Like I owe them everything because without them, I really don't know where I would be, who I would be, because
Yeah.
they really gave me a lot. So I really appreciate my Central Catholic family.
Yeah, and you were able to be vulnerable, and you were able to undo all your problems, your worries, and everything that was traumas back, when you was growing up, and you gave it to God. But like it says in the Bible, in our weakness, his strength is made whole. So his strength is helping you when you was vulnerable and gave it up to him. So now he could take over. But I just always seen the difference in you, just watching from afar. How you were never no bad kid, like, but you could just see the favor, and then just to see how your walk was different. I'm like, man, he's serious about this. You know how some kids just be like, Riven is another one. I know he was serious about it, because when we used to have Sunday games, they didn't care what was going on. I feel like we played against the Lions or somebody, and we needed him, but he had to go to church, because that's priority. So I
Yeah.
knew he was serious about it too. So just seeing, how you young and being able to grow in it, and it's a good reflection. One of the things I was going to ask you, what advice would you have to a youth that would be struggling with his identity? He wants to follow after Christ, but he's trying to fit in. What advice would you have for that?
That's the same thing that happened to me kind of too, because, it's not cool, it's not popular, it's too much, it's this, it's that. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is him.
Yeah.
He put us here to give back to him.
Yeah.
Because without him, we would have none of this. So honestly, it's a struggle finding your identity, especially in this new world. TikTok is taking over, Snapchat's taking over the world. All this social media, and they seeing all this stuff. They seeing all these rappers, all this other, like, you got to be able to block that out. And it takes a different level of maturity. It takes a different level of just being locked in, zoned in for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you only can save you. Your friends will follow you. Your friends follow you when they seeing you doing your dream, your dream. My whole group chat went to go play football somewhere. Now they probably still not there. We got basketball players too. We got 2 basketball players in our group chat. Karan Hornbeek and Jaden Sims. We got dogs in there. Everybody, all of them believe in God, because that's what we center our relationship around. And our leaders, Jalen Riven, Jawan Banks, when we went over their house, we was going to church.
Yeah.
Hanging around people that's going in directions you want to go in. Hanging around people that's not cool right now.
Yeah.
Red could be an actor. He could be a singer. Jawan, he can do what he want. I know Karan, he might go to the NBA next year. You never know. But we all believe in one common thing. And that's been the story of everything. You got to hang around like-minded people. You can't always be the smartest in the room. I don't want to be around people that I know I'm smarter than.
Yeah.
Because I'm listening to them. Why would I want to listen to them?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take advice from nobody that I don't see in a position that I want to be in.
Yeah.
So it's cool to be not cool. I like being not cool. I like being away sometimes. I like being, I'm going to post my quotes. I'm going to post my Bible verses. I'm going to post everything. When I see something about God, I'm clicking. It's going straight to the story. Because I'm going to see it.
And then that's how it is. Like with two, it's like, what good is we have God, or we save and we believe in God, and we ain't telling nobody, because he want us to be disciples. He want us to do that. But the advice I try to give them, I say, you know how when you're trying to talk to a girl, you don't just call her one day. You call her and talk to her every day. You trying to talk to her as much as possible. So that's how you build your relationship with God. You got to build the relationship to be able to experience him, because he want us to experience it. He say those who thirst and hunger for righteousness, like, you have to want it though. You got to build it. You ain't gonna just be able to pray and be like, I don't feel none of what's going on. No, it takes a dedication every day, and then he'll start opening up different things. Just like you saying, you starting to see all this. That's because you tapped in, and when you recognize, hold on, God is the source of my strength. And you like, hold on, God got me through this. Hold on. So now it's working, because your relationship that you have is building. How do you balance work and football and academics? Because I know it's tough.
Yeah. So most important thing, everybody say it, is school. And that's true.
Yeah.
From your freshman year, which is the hardest year, on up. Freshman year is the hardest, and it should be. Everything else gonna come easier. So you lock in on that freshman year, you good. That was my thing. I was like, I'm not gonna come in nowhere and BS. I'm not gonna come in nowhere and show them somebody I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show them who I am and show them how locked in I am. So if you handle it early, you really ain't got nothing to worry about. Like I'm about to be a junior. I don't have no study hall, so that allows me time to go to work. So right now we in summer. We got one class. It's 2 summer sessions, so we got 2 classes, but one each semester. And during the school, you got 5 classes. So we practice in the morning. So your mornings, you done with football by 12. And then after that, it's school and whatever else you got time for. So me personally, I like my online classes because I can read when I want. I do my work early. I can do my work earlier. I don't gotta wait till a Friday class to do a Friday test. I can do my test on the early end of the week. I like doing my work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a little bit more on Thursday. But I like having that whole weekend just do whatever. I can chill, rest, focus on football, extra studying, extra plays, extra reps. That all matters. Because when you knock all the school stuff out, it's straight ball. Because you don't want to get behind in school. Once you get in behind in school, you behind in football. I always say this. I said, if I'm right in school, I'm right in football.
Yeah.
And then how it's set up now, football is the front runner because it's earlier. It's earlier. So if I have a bad practice, if I don't show up at practice, I'm gonna have a bad day because I go back and so I gotta lock in from 6 a.m. I gotta be locked in at 6 a.m. I gotta know my plays from last night package for tomorrow. I gotta know that last night so I can come in locked in. So if I'm locked in with that, I know I gotta study my homework. I know I gotta fit that in. So I'm gonna do that. I'm not just gonna bump that to the side. So it's just putting it all in perspective. And what do you want to be? Do you want to be just a football player? Do you want to be somebody after football?
Yeah.
So you gotta find your comfort zone and lock in with that.
Well, all the temptations that go around, different things that go on in college, how do you navigate the pressures and the temptations that might try to compromise your values with social life?
You gotta have fun. That's one thing for sure. When I first got to college, I ain't do nothing. I ain't go out. I ain't go to nothing parties. Nothing. I'm like, dang, like I really had to during camp. During camp you don't want to do that, but during camp I really had to put on my Bible. Like, all right, do I really love this? Do I really love football this much to where I don't want to have no social life? But I was putting that heavy pressure on myself. You want to be the hardest on yourself, but you also want to be able to enjoy yourself. Being able to enjoy yourself and clowning is 2 different things, though. You don't want to clown. Like I know people see on my story, I'll be at parties, I'll be doing my little dance or whatever, but I know when it's time to go home. Soon as the party ends, go home. You don't need to be no after hours. Ain't no after hours for the grown folks. You ain't grown yet. So with me for real, it's like everything gotta be done for me to go out. I don't care if it's Thursdays, Friday, I don't care. That don't matter. If my homework ain't done by Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not going out. Simple. I'm not going out. I don't care who called me lame, who this, and that. I don't care because at the end of the day, I gotta go. I got one goal. I got one goal. I want to be successful.
Yeah. How do you want to remember it as a football player?
As a football player, I just want to be inspirational. Like I want to just be. I always said that I just want to be inspirational. I want people to see me as a hard worker, somebody who just get after the great teammate, a leader. Most importantly, I feel like people take that leader word for granted. Like being a captain at Central Capital is one of the greatest things ever because like it symbols that like I worked hard all 4 years and I stayed true to who I was. Like no matter what, I was gonna lead my team. And I feel like I showed that every time. And I just want to be remembered as inspirational because it's different when you're inspirational. Like Julio Jones, my favorite player, he don't say a lot, but his play say everything. Like straight dog. Inspired me. I'm not even his size. I don't got his skill set, but that's my boy.
How do you contribute to your team camaraderie and leadership at BG?
So right now I'm about to go on my 3rd season, so it's kind of picked up a little bit, but really I'm really don't say too much. I don't like saying too much because we all like in college we all grown. People older than me. Guy who play over me, 26. So I'm it's actions with me. Like I'm never gonna be the last guy. Never want to be last. So when I hear a leader, if I hear somebody trying to be a leader and it's a guy that's always last, I think I'm gonna listen to him.
Right.
Like I don't want to hear you yelling about this and that, and you the last guy every rep. Like that's how I just actions. I'm picking up after people. I'm at meetings early. I'm going to practice early. I'm in the training room early. Just not talking back to coaches. Being a guy that's just humble. Just being humble.
So in your third year, what motivates you to keep pushing to improve and get better and better?
It's a lot. So I didn't get to play my freshman year, and then my sophomore year, the injury. And this year, kind of questionable because of the fact that my knee was such I tore everything in the ACL, MCL, LCL, PCL, and both meniscus.
Was it in practice or a game?
It was in practice. I was actually about to get ready to, I was kind of getting up in the depth chart, and we was about to play Toledo. So it was heartbreaking. So, just like being able to, I just feel like I got a lot to prove. Like people seeing me in high school, and that was me, but they don't know what I got. That they don't know who I fully am. Like senior year, we didn't lift nothing because of COVID. Junior year, that was just a glimpse of what I can do. Because we still had other people. We had John Norris in the backfield. Like he had almost 40 touchdowns. Like I couldn't do nothing about that. So
ain't he a senior at Akron now?
Well, he transferred to ODU, Ohio Dominican.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So like that's still my ball. I was just talking to him earlier, but like I feel like it's so much more left in me. Like I got so much more. Not even to prove to nobody else. I got a lot to prove to myself.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I know it's always gonna be in God's timing. But I know he know.
Yeah.
And
I always keep up with you because my dude, little brother, Tae'Shaun Wemberly, so I see different highlights and stuff. He's supposed to be on tomorrow. I'm gonna interview him tomorrow. But yeah, man, I kind of follow both of y'all and keep asking questions, or he'll show me different clips and practice, or how you was doing your thing as well. So it just made me think of, man, God gonna reclaim the time, and I'm believing that for you mentally. He gonna claim the time for you for the football stuff and all like that, because like you saying, you not worrying or thinking or stressing. You giving it up to him, and that's the best thing that you can do. To not worry or stress yourself out, because I know I can see it in your face and in your voice how hungry you is, and you can just see it, man. So just keep on, trusting in God, man, and it's gonna work out for you. It got to. It got to. How do you stay and focus on your goals in the midst of media attention, the fanfare, and all the people that know your potential?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, because I had a meeting with my coaches and the doctors, and they were just telling me everything, keeping it real with me. And I was like, dang, what people gonna think if I don't play another year? I'm like, man, I'm just thinking like, who are they?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, some of these people never played ball in their life. Some of these people never got injured in their life.
Yeah.
If I walk out this story the way it's supposed to be, it's gonna be just it's gonna be one to tell for sure. Like I was this close to needing my knee replaced.
Dang.
20% chance for running again. So if I come out this on top, which I know I am, social media gonna see a lot. They gonna see a lot of, because I already know people talking though. I know people saying this, people saying that, but like at the end of the day, they don't see the work though. Don't nobody see the work. I don't really post my workouts. I ain't gotta post too much. If I'm working with a trainer, he'll post me. I really ain't gotta post myself. I ain't gotta post that I'm working. Y'all see Saturdays.
Yeah, and then you count the little minute successes, like you said, 20% for you to even be walking and running now. That's a blessing. And then the major thing is you going to school and your school getting taken care of, so you're gonna have that degree. That's another plus as well too.
Yes, sir.
As a Christian athlete, what do you believe your ultimate purpose in football is?
just playing for Christ. I honestly just playing for him, like showing him that his footsteps that I'm gonna work hard. Just because like every time, even if I'm doing a bench press, I pray before I do my bench press. Like, everything I do, I gotta give it to him. So I like on my thigh pad, I gotta cross. I gotta cross just for him. So like I'm always gonna show it. I pray before the game. I pray after the game. We go to the Falcon. We pray after the game. So like I'm just showing my faith all the time, regardless.
That's what's up, man. Last question, and we're gonna get you up out of here. What advice would you have for you trying to pursue football?
Do it. Do it. If you're not the man on the team, it don't matter. Football has shown me so many life lessons. Football has shown me so many life lessons. It done shown me how to be a brother. It done shown me how to be a family. So I already know. I got a little dog. He won. I know I take care of him. I know what to do, what not to do, because and for instance, in the mid city, when you on the A team, you got to take care of the peewees.
Yeah.
So like it's showing you that family atmosphere and the connections. You never know. Like one of my teammates worked for one of the biggest companies in Toledo, and we just 20. So like you never know the connections you will make in football. That's why I tell people you always want to be nice to your teammates. You never want to say the wrong thing to somebody in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because you never know what they're gonna be. What they could be, a CEO, boss. You never know.
Yeah. So like I see like your mom and your sister, them, they support you tough and going to the games and all like that. Like, do they motivate you? Do they send you stuff? What does that look like?
Oh, my mom, she always there. Like my mom knows she ain't really gotta say too much because I ain't gonna say I'm cocky, but I'm extremely confident though. I know who I am. My sister, my baby sisters, them my two little babies, man. They just always joking around, but they love coming to the games, wearing jerseys.
Yeah. So that's what you need too, because in the midst of stuff, you don't want to just not have nobody around, to keep her lifted. And she's proud of you, and she's seeing the growth as well with you too. You ain't her little baby no more, but you still her baby. But you doing it to a young man, like she sees that as well too, man. But this been great, man. I really appreciate you, bro. I'm here for you. Anything you need, I'm here for you for the support. I'm gonna make sure I keep you in my prayers and on everything, because I can't wait to see this testimony and hear it, because God is gonna definitely get the glory, and that's all He want to do in this story.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it
too.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See you. Thank you.